We're gonna watch. We're just gonna have some fun this time. We're sticking with MS now, but so yesterday, Donald Trump, he decided to go to New York, the place where dreams are made of, and where Donald Trump was born. I think where he grew up, if I remember correctly. And he decided to go back to New York. Now, before Donald Trump got to New York, Momdanistan was doing great. The vibes were up. The crime was down. The government was effective. Like, everything was going great. The Knicks were in the playoffs. They had a chance to win. Everything was going amazing until Donald Trump decided to bring his terrible ass vibes over to the great state of New York, aka Momdanistan. Now, he went to the game. And apparently people in New York, and I talked about it a little bit yesterday. I predicted this. I predicted, not the hardest prediction to make. If you look at the polling of of Trump's popularity in New York, it's like 30%, like 30% approve of Donald Trump or something. But I predicted this, that the people who were in the stadium and the people outside, they were not too happy about it. So this is going to be a nice little I don't know, copium story, I guess, about the people in New York booing Donald Trump at the Knicks game. So let's go ahead and watch it.
Well, the New York Knicks suffered their first loss in 14.
Oh, that's another thing. He caused them to lose the game. There is a 0% chance that they would have lost the game if Donald Trump wasn't there. Let me rephrase that to make it a little bit easier. They 100% would have won the game if Donald Trump hadn't gone and brought down the vibes for like everybody, right? If he hadn't gone and brought down the vibes, then I think that I think that he brought a curse upon the Knicks, and I hope that they can shake off that curse. But who knows? So Donald Trump, his aura, his reach is long and far, and well, all we can do is hope and pray that the curse that Donald Trump has set upon the Knicks will dissipate by the next game.
Games in Game 3 of the NBA Finals last night, and many fans are blaming a certain VIP guest who didn't actually have anything to do with what happened. I'm not a fan, but court. President Trump was the first sitting president to attend an NBA final, and as you can hear, he didn't get the warmest reception.
By the way, this is during the national anthem. So they did the classic thing where they tried to make it impossible for people to boo him by showing him on camera during the national anthem, because they're hoping that like people's performative patriotism instincts would override their hatred of Donald Trump. I think that was a bad assumption. I really do, because now it is undeniable that they are booing, because when they show Donald Trump during the national anthem, all of the people who like Donald Trump they're not going to stop and cheer during the national anthem. They're going to performative patriotically keep their hand over their heart and sing their hearts out to the national anthem like good little American stooges of empire. But everybody who hates Donald Trump is clearly going to make a lot of noise whenever he comes on screen. And so you can't deny it. This is him getting booed to all hell. Let's continue watching. Boo.
The pool reporter with the president described the boos when he was on the Jumbotron as thunderous. But the president posted after the game that New York loves him, and here he was before heading back to Washington.
New York, I showed you the polling. I'll pull it up again, but Donald Trump approval by state. This is very easy. This is very easy to find. Look, you just Google it, and there it is. Donald Trump approval by state, 30%. 30%. The only places that are lower is Vermont, Massachusetts, Maryland, and California, and Washington. It looks like everybody else looks like they're over, tied with Oregon. Yeah. But yeah, Donald Trump is despised in New York.
The reception you got from the Knicks fans tonight? I thought great. I mean, I thought it was amazing, actually. You mean when they had the camera on me? I thought it was very good. Yeah. It was certainly amazing. It was. I think mostly cheers.
It's so much coke, dude. He knows. You can tell that he knows that everybody hates him. Every time that he has to get out of his hug box of like his like white supremacist stooges that are around him 24/7, praising our dear leader, our fascist leader, so that they can get a little bit more power as America enters its Nazi era. Like, aside from those people, and like occasionally, I guess if he goes to like college sports games where there's like the demographic is probably much more in line with being a Trump fan, it's something like that. But even when he goes to those, like, he gets booed pretty hard. There's usually more of a mix between boos and cheers, but when he leaves his hug box too much and he goes out in public, people hate him. The polling is clear. Everybody hates Donald Trump. Like, the only people who still besides him that still tried to manufacture this like idea that everybody loves Donald Trump are like Twitter conservatives, like people who live entirely online, who don't go out in the real world. Like, everybody in the real world hates Donald Trump. It's only online, on like Elon Musk's specifically like handcrafted platform to make conservatives feel good in their little hug box, is the only place that people can like delude themselves into believing that everybody actually likes Donald Trump. And so I think that when he goes out into places like this, I think he actually does know. I think he knows they were booing. Like, I don't think that he can delude himself in that manner. And I would be curious, and we'll see if it happens, but oftentimes after he has little incidents like this, he will end up having like really weird like bummer energy. Like, right, he'll go out and say, man, I mean, I might die someday. I might die. And I guess, I hope I make it to heaven. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. A lot of people don't like me. Like, he'll go out and do shit like that, like be in a real bummer mood. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of that. He's also, by the way, should he even be at this game? Like, we are literally in a hot war with Iran right now. Like, you have better shit to do. You're the fucking president. Like, go. Like I said it yesterday, shut up and legislate. Like, go back home, go back to Mar-a-Lago, go back to the White House or wherever you want to go, and like accept Iran's demands and get us out of this godforsaken war. Like, that's what you should be doing.
Very enthusiastic. They are going to deliver. Oh, I don't know. We're busy with a lot of important stuff right now at EPA, like a war.
Let's bring in sports journalist.
Every time he does, like, he makes these faces, it reminds me so much of like the best man in my wedding. The person I had as my best man in my wedding. He's like a big bullshitter. And Donald Trump's like mannerisms. Sometimes I catch a glimpse. I'm like, that's the exact same look that my friend says.
PA, like a war.
Let's bring in sports journalist Jason Page. He's the host of Sports Wrap with Jason Page, and he's an MS Now columnist. Jason, the president certainly isn't the first politician to get blamed for a bad score at a game, but he didn't seem too bruised by the boos. But just how unusual was that reception, literally getting greeted by thunderously loud boos?
He had to know it was coming. And I think on some level he relishes it. We live in this world, we live in this WWE culture where you're either the hero or you're the heel. And I think he relishes being the heel in this situation.
I'm not so sure. I think that he genuinely wants people to like him. I honestly do. I honestly think that Donald Trump really wants to be loved by everybody. I think his problem is that that's impossible with his personality, with his personality and mannerisms. I think it's impossible for him to be loved by everybody, but he has a long history of wanting libs to like him. That was like his entire personality trait back whenever he was in New York before. So like, I think that he genuinely does want people to love him. And like, it's never going to happen, obviously. But I think that this hurts him more than these people are letting on. Like, I truly do.
He knew what was coming when he came to Madison Square Garden. He had tons of people inconvenienced. He had herds of fans being shuffled around from entrance to entrance trying to get into the arena after they paid upwards of $5,000 to $6,000 to $7,000 at the low end just to get into this game. He knew what was coming, Anna. And I mean, frankly, it's kind of funny to me because a couple of months back, the Mets started off the season in a terrible way, and conservatives were blaming Zoran Mamdani because he went and hugged the Mets mascot. And then the Mets lost like 14 games in a row. Fans are irrational.
Yeah.
What is fans short for? What is fans short for? Fanatics. And I mean, so fans are going to blame Donald Trump for this loss. The fact of the matter is he's not the reason they lost, but he did add to an atmosphere. That I think
hey buddy, let's be real. Come on, you can't deny that he did have an impact here, right? He did bring down the vibes. New York was flying high. I think a lot of people were genuinely upset that Donald Trump was coming to this game, and there's no way the players didn't know that he was going to be there. And I just think he just brought down the vibes, man. You can't quantitate that like in terms of a game, like how much of an impact it had, but I think that it could reasonably have made an impact.
In many ways did sort of change the dynamic in that arena last night between the Spurs and the Knicks.
But sports are supposed to bring people together, right? We hear a lot of people talk about sports being this great unifier. They shouldn't be political. Is that an argument for politicians to be in the stands or to stay away?
Well, it's just this, politician. Let's be honest about it. If Barack Obama's there last night, nobody's booing like crazy. And again, this isn't something that Barack Obama did when he was president.
That's true. And also, Mamdani was there, right? Mamdani is a politician, and he was there. And I don't know if they ever panned over him. They probably should have. But I have a feeling that if they panned over Mamdani, he would have been cheered into oblivion because he's doing such a fucking good job. Everybody in New York loves him. Like, and so I don't actually have a problem with politicians going to the sports games. It's just, you should, it's just, this particular politician, Donald Trump, the most hated politician of all time, should probably stay away from it because everything he touches, he politicizes, right? That's just the nature of who he is. Everything he touches, he politicizes. And so, if you don't want politics in your sports, then you should keep him 50 feet from any sports arena.
President of the United States. It isn't something that George W.
I think I'm done. I think we got enough. Info. That was just supposed to be a little palate cleanser anyway.